Now we're live. Little bit of a different look on the lives these days. So YouTube has changed some things up. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. It is not RacerX Wednesday. We are one day short. It's Tuesday. Yes, I know it's a weird day for me to go live, but it's the end of the month, guys. It's a very short month in February. So I only did one other live this whole month. I wanted to make sure I got back to you live in this month. And I got some really cool stuff to discuss with you guys tonight. Make sure you guys let me know. Can you hear me okay? As you jump into the live, do me a big favor, guys. Hit thumbs up for me. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to discuss with you and a very, very cool giveaway. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me check the comments here. Let me know that you guys are here when you guys jump into the live. And let's see. Yes, hi says. Let's see, Jack Ball. So good to see you guys on tonight. Give me 1 second. I will get right to it. Let's see here. Moderation activity is now hidden. Okay, so they've changed a bunch of stuff on the lives, guys. So I'm going to have to adjust instead of doing it landscape, you do it vertical now. I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting. Everything looks way different on my live screen. Everything looks way different here as well. I'm not sure why YouTube did that, but that's something that's a new format. So anyway, guys, like I said, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. We already have 77 people on the live. Lots of stuff to discuss tonight, guys. And I also want to just put it out there. I put something out on my community page earlier today. I got something really cool in the mail I've been waiting on literally for I don't know how many weeks, long time. And it's pretty darn cool. It is my RacerX bobblehead. There's a special company that made this. It was all hand painted, all hand done because I wanted to do a really special giveaway. And I wanted to do it towards the end of the month. And here we are, the very last day of the month. So that was kind of part of it. Now, you guys have to let me know if you think that actually looks like me or not. But they did a pretty fair job of this. And anyway, this guy, RacerX, right here on the bottom, hopefully you guys can see it. They kind of made my logo just a little bit weird on this. I don't know why, but it was like hand painted, all hand done. And I got to tell you, like, I dropped a whole bunch of money on this, but I just thought it was super cool. It'd be kind of a fun little giveaway to do. And anyway, so I thought about keeping it for myself initially, and then I'm like, no, I want to give this away to somebody because I think it would be pretty cool to do. So anyway, RacerX bobblehead, one of one, never been done before. I may never do another one, but there it is. So kind of my little mascot. So what I want to say before I jump into the rest of the live is we've already got 122 people on, guys. Hit thumbs up on your way in the door. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of stuff to discuss on my agenda here. So a lot of things. Hopefully you guys can, like I said, I didn't check to see if you guys can hear me okay. It looks like everybody can hear me just fine. I got my little microphone here, so hopefully that helps. And then look at, guys, the map is gone as well. What do you guys think? Had that specially done as well to just kind of, it was a little weird having the map back there, so I was told. So I went ahead and did the upgrade there. So now we're rocking everything RacerX. And anyway, should be a really fun live. Now, here's the deal, guys. This is a giveaway item. Oh, even K9X wants to say hi. You want to come say hi before I get started? Come here. Come here. There he is. Okay. Yes, you always got to be a part of it. All right, get down. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so here's the deal on the bobblehead tonight, guys. This has kind of been one of those giveaways I've been planning for a really long time. I was trying to find some place to order it. This thing came from a really long way away. I'll just put it like that. And like I said, hand painted. Dropped a bunch of money on it, but I thought it was just really cool and it'd be really fun to do it. So whoever gives me the biggest single super chat, guys, I literally only have one of these. So I know in the past, like I've had these crazy like bidding wars and stuff, and it's always so much fun. That makes these lives a whole bunch of fun. But guys, I literally only have one. So whoever gives me, not you says China, you might be right. But anyway, not you says who else is in the chat tonight? Maddie SRT is everybody's in the house. So anyway, guys, the biggest single super chat. So if you give me a super chat and then somebody does a bigger one, regardless of how many you've done, I just want to be really fair because I always feel so bad because we'll have all these, everybody will be bidding and stuff, and I don't always have everything to send to everybody else. But literally, just one of the RacerX bobbleheads tonight, guys. I don't even have one for myself. Kind of like the special hat giveaways and stuff that I've done in the past. It's just this one's just a lot more custom. So anyway, we'll see how the bidding goes tonight on that. It should be pretty cool. So anyway, guys, if you want to bid on the RacerX bobblehead, as long as you have the biggest single super chat tonight, I will send that out. I literally have the box sitting right over there, guys. I've been so slacking on sending stuff out to people in the past. but I do intend to not you just jump straight in with $200. My man, not you. He's of course one of my moderators, one of my biggest supporters. Not you jumping in with a $200 super chat. Wow, not you is bringing the heat tonight, guys. That is insane. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to be adding to his X collection. That's funny. So let me see here, guys. A lot of people are asking me too. Oh, Scarface, thank you for the super chat as well. I've got so many comments to catch back up on, guys. So I do see my man Sovereign Knight on the job tonight. And thank you guys for my moderators once again for being in the building tonight. Man, I'm looking at all this content I have to go over tonight, guys. It is a lot. Except hopefully, guys, my lighting and my things are starting to get better. That's one of those things that I do keep a pretty close eye on. I've been trying to get that better. The audio of my videos and stuff. I've been trying to be cognizant of that looking forward. So Sovereign says looks fine. Good deal. So let's double check here. Michael checking in because YouTube doesn't censor enough. We need mods. You know what? You might be right because there's all sorts of weird things happening on YouTube right now. Skydog Pigpens, a ZL1. I like it. Let's see here. Who else we got in the building tonight, guys? I'm trying not to like shake the camera. So everything's, like I said, everything's turned. So my mounts aren't really made for that. I had to adjust them. And as I kind of get on camera, it does some weird things. But anyway, we'll make it happen. Let's see. There's Jackball TV saying hi. Yes. Scarface 392 says hit them likes. Absolutely, guys. We're 45 likes. Right now, as I did mention, not you just threw down the gauntlet for the RacerX bobblehead, which is pretty darn cool. Thank you, buddy, for that big, humongous super chat there. And that was a good one. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Scarface has hit the like. Okay, Mario says we're here. AK saying yes. Mopar Benny with the thumbs up. Rich GT350R says sounds good. Really positive feedback, guys. Thank you very much. Let's see. I just want to say hi to a few people before I jump into the meat of my conversation tonight, guys. We still only have like 54 likes, guys. Hit thumbs up for me when you jump in. Brian's in the house saying, "Hey, Racer X." What did it say? Mario gave his thumbs up. Darth Bane, I like this. I says, "Good evening, love it." Let's see here. The best gun rack. I like that screen name. It says, "Hey, Racer X." Steven saying hello. He says, "Buy a goblin." My nuts or Ford, I give up. Let's see here. Who else? Peter saying, "Mr. X." My man Aaron is in the house tonight. Good to see you in tonight, buddy. Great to have you in the house tonight. Let's see. KOI says, "Hi, everybody." Zach is in the house saying, "What's up?" My man, not you, of course. We saw him jump in with the super chat. Miles is in the house saying, "Mini X looks cool." Yeah. I kind of wish somebody made a comment on my thing that was like, it was on my community page. And they said they wish they'd have made him more buff. I don't know. Does he look a little skinny to you? I did kind of notice that. Now I'm going to go ahead and sign the base of this too before I send it out, just in case you guys, whoever wins it. But it is kind of a neat touch. I've never seen myself as a bobblehead, but I'm kind of digging it. It's different, and so I don't know. I don't know. I came in and I was just checking it out. They even got my shoes. You see that? They did a pretty good job with that. So anyway, um, let's jump down here and see what else we got. Okay, so MT45 T1. So new Mustang starts at 35K for a 4-cylinder. Neither wins, we all lose. So I've got my own take on this, guys. So that's actually a pretty good segue. I'm going to say hi to a couple other people. I want to jump into kind of that main topic of tonight, among other things. So let's see here. Who else we got? Dan is in the house from New Zealand. Good to see you in the house tonight, buddy. All the way from New Zealand. I wonder what time it is there. Just ordered my LSD 309. Let's see, from the US for my RT. Can't wait for it to arrive. Absolutely. Good stuff there. Let's see. I'm so glad you could join me. That's a long way away. New Zealand's such a pretty country. John saying, "What's up?" Not you. Let's see. Who else we got? T Browning. What's up? Hope all is well. Let's see. Wes is in the house. Who else we got here? WWIIF. It's a long screen name here. He says, let's see, thumbs up. Good stuff. Hey, there's Becky in tonight. Good to see you. Good evening, everybody. Let's see here. I'm just going to say hi to a few more people, guys, and then I'll try to get to some more comments here shortly. Jeremy saying thumbs up. I love you one. Is that what that says? I love you one. You should keep Mini X. It's very nice. You know what? I thought about that. I may actually order another one at some point for me. Like I said, initially when I was doing it, I wanted it just to be me, for a little mascot. And then it's like I really do kind of like doing these giveaways sometimes. And I've never done anything like this. So I thought this would be really neat. As I mentioned, I've actually had this plan for a long time. It took a really long time for this thing to get here. I had to do like approvals of the face and kind of stuff. And bobbleheads, really, at the end of the day, they don't always look exactly like the person, but they kind of resemble, and that's okay. It's like a cartoonish thing that just makes it fun. So, anyway, so real quick, guys. So I want to jump into this conversation. We have 163 people on, guys. Please hit the thumbs up when you jump in. Just lets people know that we're live and just kind of makes things more interactive and more fun. Um, Looking at some of these other comments coming in here, getting a dark horse after I plant my money tree, says Aaron. What do you think about a TA? Real quick, so I'm gonna forget. So real quick, Brink of Speed, my man Brink of Speed is in the house tonight. He's got a great Corvette channel, guys. Go check him out if you ever get a chance. Um, anyway, I know he's got some big plans for his channel coming up here this year as well. So I'm excited for some of the stuff he's going to bring us. So Ford, is Ford winning the battle with Dodge? Well, it really is subjective, guys. So this is what I wanted to jump into. This is what everybody's kind of wondering right now. Nobody's really talking about Chevy for two main reasons. One, the Camaro sales are like this. As much as I love the Camaro, I just did an LT1 video, which we'll discuss, but the sales just have been there on that car. And for 2023, looks like the last model year. They say they're going to have a few more for 2024, but the last one is rolling off the assembly line in the latter part of this year. And that looks like it's going to be it for the Camaro unless something weird happens. Now, they may release it as an EV later. We have seen news about that. But Chevy's got the Corvette, basically. And the Corvette, as we know, unless you have a whole bunch of money, is just really hard to attain. Even the regular C8, which is a fantastic car. But they have just become Corvettes. You know, they used to be kind of the more affordable. Yes, they were the true American sports car, kind of that OG. But at the end of the day, the Corvette just it's so expensive now. The Z06s, we see the prices on those, right? I mean, and the crazy markups. The E-Ray, which I think is actually a fantastic car with the hybrid technology. Still get that monster V8 plus the electric assist. That car will be a missile. Mark my words, that car will be very fast. But it's going to be really expensive, guys. You can't get your hands on one for 130 grand. So that's kind of the reality of the situation. So what are we left with, guys? If you love American V8 muscle and you make less than $500,000 a year, whatever it is, then Ford is kind of holding the torch, so to speak, unless something changes, right? So you have the dark horse coming out. Ford hasn't really, they're still giving us manuals. They're still giving us V8s. So both the dark horse and the Mustang GT, which conveniently they made one more horsepower than the Scat Pack. Imagine that. And then, of course, the dark horse is making 100 horsepower per liter, which is absolutely nothing to sneeze at there. It really powerful naturally aspirated Mustang. And of course, as we know, these cars love boost. So don't expect that to be any different with the S650. So Ford did a pretty good job with their design. A lot of people say, hey, it kind of looks like a cross between a Camaro, whatever else. But there's a lot of Mopar guys out there that just want a V8 that can't get a V8 after 2023. And a lot of them are looking at Ford. And that's the truth of it. And so there's a couple of things that are going to happen here, guys. One is Dodge is going to have to step up to the plate and give us something cool. I really hope they do. I've mentioned this in the past. I feel like the Challenger may not necessarily go away, although every indication is that there won't be a Challenger in 2024. Do I believe that they will put a Challenger out there for 2024? I do. I still believe that they will. And I don't know whether they're going to call it a Challenger or a CUDA. That's just my thought on it. I think it's going to have a Hurricane inline six, which is an absolutely fantastic engine. It's not a V8, I get it, but it's going to be a much lighter, more modern engine. We've talked about it many times. So if they gave it a new design, but kind of kept that retro styling to a degree, made it lighter, kind of kept the muscle car heritage as best they can with a new design, a new chassis, all that kind of stuff, that car could potentially be very formidable. I mean, very formidable. I mean, like really fast. And the purists out there that want a V8, an American V8, you're going to have to look at Ford. That's the truth of it. Is a lot of people are holding out hope that Dodge is just going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and they're going to say, look, we're going to release Hemis again in 2024. Guys, no, it's not going to happen. That's the truth of it. They're done rolling off the assembly line. Tim has talked about it till he's blue in the face. So does that mean that Dodge is necessarily taking the L? Well, if they don't come out with a Challenger, they're losing the segment. I'm sorry, but you have an EV, which may be very very cool, maybe very fun to drive. Many of you guys hate that car, hate the concept of an EV, and I feel like the purists out there are all going to be lost by Dodge. Yes, we have the Hornet out there, and maybe in like the GLH form, it could be pretty fun, and that thing could really scoot if once it's tuned and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I see that. Don't think they're going to that car's really going to be that attainable. I think it's going to be kind of expensive for what it is, the GLH, and will the juice be worth the squeeze on that? That remains to be seen. But what else has Dodge given us? Going into 2024, we got 2023s. They're being marked up like crazy. Almost nobody can afford the upper level trims, even the scat packs of the world. Heck, we're seeing markups on RTs, even though we're starting to kind of crest and come down, as I mentioned. But what do we have to look forward to in 2024 if they don't put the Challenger out there, which they've said nothing about, and they don't give us, there's no V8s? Uh, what do we have? What do we have to look forward to? I mean, I would look forward to a hurricane powered Challenger if I knew it was coming, but they haven't said anything about it. My gut tells me it probably is coming. I can't imagine them abandoning that segment, which has been so successful for decades. Um, but guys, I mean, Ford is already putting it out there. I mean, they've got a redesigned, they've got beautiful screens in the S650. I think the thing is going to be, it's just a redesigned Coyote with a couple other parts in it that are better. The car is probably going to be about the same weight. We don't know exactly what the cost is, even though some stuff has been leaked on it. We don't have official word from Ford in terms of what that car is going to cost. And it's just one of those things, guys. I'm kind of watching your comments as they come through, but I mean, Ford's holding the torch right now. That's the truth of it. Chevy can't make cars affordable in 2024. At least V8s or performance type cars. I don't expect Chevy to give us anything really under 100 grand, if I'm honest, that you can actually attain for under 100 grand. You can go out and buy a Mustang GT. My guess would be a well-equipped Mustang GT for maybe in the high 40s, low 50s, which is less than half of what you could get a Corvette for. That's going to make almost equivalent horsepower. No, it won't be quite as fast, but I mean, it's still going to be a pretty cool car. And like I said, a redesigned car. I mean, like I said, the new screens in the thing are awesome. The digital display looks really good. It's more driver centric, which I absolutely love. That's what I loved about the Challenger, is the fact that it felt like a cockpit. Things were facing the driver. The old Mustang, like my current Mustang, not a thing. So, Ford threw down the gauntlet with the new S650. The dark horses, those are going to be cool. They're kind of going to be, the equivalent of what we have in the Mach 1 right now, maybe a little bit better, a few other goodies. But they're the game in town right now, guys. So what, you guys tell me, a lot of you guys don't favor the Banshee. The Banshee, when it comes out, will be very expensive. We already know that. Even the lower level trim EV, the lowest level trim of the EV 2024 Charger Daytona, we don't know what it's going to cost, but it's probably not going to be that cheap. Let's put it that way. And like I said, a lot of you guys are not EV fans. So I think a lot of the people that would even consider getting that car are people that they're like, look, dude, just give me the Banshee. Like I'm going to pay the Banshee type money. It's probably going to be at least plaid type money would be my guess. And then we have Tesla out there lowering prices. So I'm a little confused with what's happening for 2024 with Dodge. So you guys tell me, I want to read your comments now. They're coming in pretty fast. Do you guys think that Ford is winning right now? I mean, Ford was able to keep the V8 alive for whatever reason. They're making a really good manual in this car for 2024. Yes, the manual's for 2023 and prior years, they pretty much suck. I've got a video coming out tomorrow. We'll talk about some of this. But guys, the new manual transmission, that Tremec, it's going to be fantastic. And that's the one straight out of the GT350. They're using it in the Mach 1, and now they knew they had to step up with a better manual, and they did. So Ford is really stepping up. Not to mention another thing that Ford is doing right now, and I don't know why Dodge is not trying harder to do something like this, but we've been talking about dealer markup and just how bad it is right now. Well, on their EV line, which is going to be this huge part of the Ford lineup coming up soon. I mean, it's going to be massive for them. They're investing billions. They are basically taking a page out of Tesla's book, and they are not allowing markup on those cars. Like literally, they are setting a brand new model and saying, look, dealerships have to abide by our pricing, no more gouging the customer. I love that. So Ford realized the problem. Now, on the internal combustion stuff, they've not been able to get that part sorted yet. But Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, he's taking some steps to try and protect the consumer to a degree, and I really like that. So yeah, I'm kind of calling out Dodge a little bit here. Like, hey guys, we're getting hooped pretty hard. What are you going to do to help us out? Because we've been supporting the brand for decades, many of you. So where do we stand with that? And Dodge just doesn't really, they're not saying a lot. Their marketing department is fantastic. We'll talk about the seventh edition here shortly. That's a whole nother topic. But I just want to get your opinions now. So I'm going to read some of your comments. I want to see what you guys say. Is Ford, are they holding the torch right now for the American muscle sports car, pony car, however you want to phrase it? I mean, it's kind of that same, group of folks, that same segment that they're going after. Are they winning? So let's see what you guys think. It's probably a lot here. So give me a second. I got to scroll all the way down here, guys. Oops, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so let's see here. Curtis says, I believe Dodge will still have a V8. Guys, I don't believe that's the case. Based on everything I've heard, based on everything just that's out there, I don't foresee the V. I mean, a lot of people are holding out for this, but I don't really see why. I just don't see it. So if it comes, if they decide they're going to make a Hemi, and there's other pressures at play here, guys. I've mentioned it. You have the EPA, and you've got a European parent company that's very progressive in terms of making smaller, more fuel efficient type cars, hybrids, all that kind of stuff, EVs. That is Stellantis, and that's the parent company of Dodge now. So, Dodge doesn't really, I hate to say it, but they don't really get to make a lot of those decisions, as bad as they might want to. Yeah, maybe they've got a little leeway here or there, but their hand is being forced to a degree. That's where we're at. So let's see. Matty SRT, Ford only keeping V8 because they have the Mach-E and other EVs. Maybe there's something to that as well, right? Let's see. CB Turbo 72, the 23 Challengers are starting to pile up on the lot big time. At the same time, at the lot 22s are still there get power dollars ready. So what he's talking about is a really good point. It, OC Motivator put something out. He's a good buddy of mine. He's got a good channel. A lot of you guys know who he is. It was a short on YouTube. I watched it just the other day, and he said he was talking about all of the cars out there on the horsepower locator, Dodge's horsepower locator, right? And those are supposed to be out there for people to order. But because dealerships are doing this stupid markup thing and they're just marking these cars up left and right, they're not getting ordered. So there was like over 3,000 of the upper level trim cars that still are just sitting there in the horsepower locator not being ordered. And most of that has to do with dealers just being greedy and Dodge allowing them to get away with it. And so there they sit. And I love that. I hate to say that, but I love the fact that they're sitting because it delivers a message to not only the manufacturers, but the dealership network. And that's that, guys, we're done with it. And I hope that continues, guys. Quit paying over sticker for these. And that's the biggest thing. Let those things sit on the lot for decades. I mean, just, it sucks. It sucks that they're doing it. It sucks that they're allowed to do it. So both. But anyway, guys, I did think that was an interesting little short that OC Motivator put out. It was pretty eye-opening to see just how many cars are still sitting there unordered. Let's see here. Who else have I missed? Okay, so C. Sanders says, like Albert said, that Hampshire keeps on coming and coming. I don't know what that means. Rev 68, 225 people watching. Yes, only 106 thumbs up. That is a little bit weird. 225 people on the live tonight with only 107 thumbs up. Guys, please hit thumbs up for me as you jump in. I would really appreciate it. Let's see who else we got. Alan says 100%. Rich, GT350R markups have to go. The cars can sit there. Yes. When I put that thing out, I put a poll out on my channel asking you guys what the biggest problem was we were facing in 2023 moving into 2024. And by and large, I mean, like a huge margin, And there were some things in there like vehicle theft, right? V8's going away. This is all stuff that people are really talking about. Nope. Dealer markup by far was the worst. Like, and it was like 60% of people said that, and there were like four options, so that you don't see that very much. So it's very glaring to me of what a problem it is. Now, I have been working with the Federal Trade Commission and things like that. There's only so much I can do as a person, but we have almost 50,000 signatures on that petition I put out to speak out against dealer markup and how it's not real fair. And like I said, guys, my biggest contention has always been, if the dealer, I'm sorry, if the manufacturer is going to put a price on it, advertise it at that price, the dealer should have to abide by that price. That's not that hard. Now, if they quit putting sticker prices on cars, quit letting you spec the car out and seeing what it says there on the internet in terms of how much the car should cost, that's different, because then they can send it out and say price equals question mark, and then it's a free for all. But if they're going to put a price on it, you should be able to buy it for that price or less. I'm sorry, but that's how it should be. Lots of companies protect their consumers from gouging. There's plenty of examples out there of actual, manufacturing companies. Nike's a big one. They set the prices. You want to carry our stuff? Guess what? Okay, you don't gouge the customer, because we have prices on things. We have set prices. So a lot of times when you look at that merch and you go to different stores, sometimes it will be slightly less, but it's very rare you see somebody way higher on that kind of stuff. So something to think about there. I don't, there are lots of little laws in play as well, and there are lobbyists, and that's the biggest thing. I talk with Demonology about this. There are lobbyists out there. That's the biggest problem, is somehow these lobbyists and their money and stuff like that, in the dealer network, are able to keep these laws in place that are basically allowing dealerships to gouge consumers. Shouldn't be allowed. So anyway, guys, I don't want to go off on too big of a tangent there. I want to get some more comments, and then, like I said, I want to jump into some other stuff. I really want to know, though. I mean, is Ford winning? And that's the biggest thing. I kind of feel like at this juncture, until Dodge announces they're coming out with something else that's going to be cool and fun besides an EV, yeah, Ford is winning. Um, if you asked me 2 years ago, I never would have predicted that. I wouldn't have. Times have changed, and Ford is being very aggressive. Let's see here. No one is stealing a GT. Let's see. Well, I mean, I think it does happen, but they're not targeted the same way. It's kind of weird how that works. Let's see here. Finn. Just recently got a 22 Challenger GT. I have legit fears of my car being stolen. Oh, that must have been the other comment there. Does Ford offer better safety? You know, not that GTs are immune from being stolen, and because they do sometimes, but they just are not targeted the same way that Mopars are, especially Charger and Challenger, Hellcats and Scat Packs, especially the Charger. It's just that's just one of those things that's happening right now. I don't know what else to say about it. So yeah, I mean, definitely take all the precautions. There are other companies out there. You can do lots of different things to protect your car. Certainly, GPS is out there, kill switches. There are lots of different options for you to protect your car. But anything you can do above and beyond what's offered from the factory is sometimes enough. Certainly better than nothing. Let's see who else. Criminal Scum. Dodge needs to add another offering than the Banshee for the Hornet 2024. Yeah, I mean, they do seem really light on offerings. I mean, let's see. Chrysler, right? 300's going away, and then they have a minivan, which is likely to go away as well. I don't see the Chrysler just offering one thing. I don't know of anything else that's coming down the pipe for Chrysler. So that's a weird one. And then, you've got some cool stuff coming out from Jeep, right? I mean, they've got the Grand Cherokee L. I mean, they're not going anywhere. The Rams, they're still going to be out there. And they're still going to sell a bunch of them. But when it comes to Dodge, the offerings for 2024 are really light. You're right. I mean, it's the Hornet and the Banshee. Yeah, that something's off, right? So I feel like Dodge is holding back on us a little bit. We're not being told maybe what's happening, but until we see something come from them, as good as their marketing team is, what can we really? Is the Banshee kind of exciting in a weird way to me? Yes, I'd like to drive it if it's that different. just to see what it's like, to see how fast it is. Is it really the one trick pony like the Plaid, or is there something more visceral to the experience of driving that car? They say it is. That's what Dodge promises us. But in reality, until I sit my butt down in that seat and I take it down the road and I stomp on it, and I do a all-wheel drive burnout, and I do some of the things that they say that thing's capable of doing, I have to reserve judgment and we'll just have to wait. But the Hornet doesn't excite me all that much. Yeah, I think it's a cool little passenger car. It's going to have some capability. The RT, it'll be a quick, darty little thing, but I'm not overly excited about it. Do I think they'll sell a bunch of them? I hope so. They probably will, but it's just not my thing, as you guys know. What else do we have? We have nothing. So yeah, I mean, guys, let's hope Dodge in the next few months gives us some cool stuff. Certainly, by the time Roadkill Nights comes around in August, um, I really hope they have some really exciting stuff to debut to us at that August Speed Week. We'll just put it that way. So we'll see what happens. Let me jump down. Who else do we have? Let's see here. I'm trying to get this screen name, guys. It's a Tediso Zigmingo gang. He says, honestly, I think Dodge will make a comeback through trucks. Well, that's going to be the Ram division. And I think the Ram division will be fine. I really do. I think the Rams they're just a very steady, I don't think they really give me a whole lot to get overly excited about, but they make a good product. I mean, Ram, they're steady, and the performance of the Ram trucks, they're great. I love the big screens they're putting in the new Rams. They're wonderful vehicles. I mean, they're not performance vehicles by any stretch of the imagination, aside the TRX, which is kind of a weird hybrid crazy machine, which I love, which we don't expect to see after 2023. So I don't know. We'll see what they bring us. Expect Ram to continue to do their thing. I mean, they're just steady Eddie, just sell a bunch. Jeep, they're not going anywhere. They've got some pretty decent offerings out there, as I mentioned. The new Wagoneer, if you like luxury, is fantastic. The Grand Wagoneer, it is nice on the inside. But that's not for guys like us, gals like us, whoever. Performance enthusiasts don't care about that, right? I am geared towards performance enthusiasts. What's exciting? What can we take to the track? What can we get out there and have a butt ton of fun with? And that's what I want to focus on. So anyway, guys, I don't see, did I miss all your comments about who's winning here? Let me look down here some more. Notorious the Great. Hey, RacerX. So are the Ford V8 GTs being discontinued in 2024? Or are they still making them next year? So as I mentioned, the Fords, they're still making in 2024, you still get the 5-liter Coyote, makes more power than ever. A completely new redesign. A lot of people really like that. They did a lot of things to make that car. It's not just the design. They did a lot of things to update that car as well. It's going to be very capable, and it should be a pretty neat car. We'll see. Let's see. S801Z. Like Stellantis bought Dodge to sell their other products in the USA under the Dodge brand. That might be part of it as well, right? I mean, we already know that the Hornet is basically the Alfa Romeo. Tonale, I think is how it's pronounced. And it's just rebadged. So that one is. And, I have surmised, kind of hypothesized, if you will, about what the Banshee will be horsepower wise. And there's already a car out there that we can kind of take a blueprint from 800-volt system. Yeah, and it's from another company within the Stellantis umbrella. So there you go. So that might be part of it as well. Let's see what Aaron said. He says, I think they may have hopped up the Hurricane in the Banshee body. I don't know. That would be interesting if they did that. If they stuck I mean, the Banshee, if you look at it from a design perspective, how would they go from making it? I mean, it can be done, but would they do it? I mean, I can't think logistically that it would make a ton of sense for them to put an internal combustion, with all the fluids and everything that it requires. I mean, it's a whole different, it's like a whole nother design, right? I mean, when you think about all the things that an internal, with spark plugs and oil and, all the stuff that goes into making an internal combustion type offering. And then you think about an EV, which doesn't need any of that stuff, no spark plugs, none of that stuff. It's just a completely different, even the way the axles and stuff are designed in those cars, the differentials in them, they're all different, right? And so you have to figure out how to make a Banshee and how to put a traditional transmission in it and all that kind of stuff because the EV transmissions are way different. Right? I talked about a two-speed transmission. So there's just a big difference in how they're doing that. I can't imagine that it would be feasible for them or certainly within in the budget to do it so different. I don't know. That's just my thought on it. Let's see. Black Ghost 426 is in the house. Good to see him in tonight. So when is that car? When is that Black Ghost going to the auction again? I'm trying to remember. I saw that I didn't miss it. Right? It's coming up, but it's April maybe. I'll have to check in on that. But the of course that'll be neat to see how much the Black Ghost, the original OG Black Ghost, actually brings us. So anyway, guys. So let's jump on to something else. Let me see what else we got here. Hey, you know what? Right now, Not You is winning the bobblehead. He just jumped in there with a big old super chat, and that is awesome. But like I said, custom Racer X bobblehead tonight. Whoever gives the biggest super chat, that's going to be a really tough one to beat. He like threw down the gauntlet immediately, and I think he's at 199.99. That's pretty stout. So anyway, guys. Let me look and see here. May 19th is when the Black Ghost goes across the auction block, is what he says right here. I wish you all the best with that, my friend, and I can't wait to see what that car brings. There'll be a lot of excitement and buzz around that particular vehicle when it goes across the block. I mean, that it's just such an iconic Mopar, and to have the original that was driven, by your dad and all that, that's going to be an insane scene when that happens. So you guys pay attention to when that car actually goes across the block. That's going to be so cool. And there's Sovereign Knight right there putting a link to the story of the Black Ghost. If you guys want to watch that, click on that link later and check that out. That should be pretty cool. So guys, help me get to at least 200 likes tonight. That would be super awesome. Micah jumping in with a super chat as well. When do you think the final call special editions will hit the lot? I'm on the list to get a Super B. You know what? That's a really good question. Oh man, so I really don't know. I don't know those cars. As far as I know, those cars are being produced right now. Some of them. I don't know when they're actually going to hit the lots. I was told for this mini Roadkill Nights next month that they were actually thinking about trying to get the influencers. There's a handful of influencers that are being invited up there for that event. That they were going to try and get them the special edition cars to run around in. But then I was told they're not making very many of them, so that wasn't going to be a thing. So they're kind of really keeping a very close eye on those cars being made, and it's just they're handling those cars different. I don't know when they're actually going to hit the lot. Congratulations on your order. I hope you really enjoy it, and it might be a little while though before you get it. Let's see here, real quick. Also, let's see, Jay Josef Perez. I hope I got that right. I'm trying to get the screen name right. He says, just recently bought a 22 Scat Pack with 3,000 miles for 48. Can I get your opinion? Also, huge fan, been watching for a while. Keep it up. Well, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Glad you could join me live tonight. And geez, you know what? It depends on how your car is specced out. It really does. You can spec these Scat Packs out across a wide spectrum of prices. Let's see, 22. So the car's really only a year old, technically. 3,000 miles, the car is brand new. So if you paid 48, you're probably doing okay. Is the car a wide body? Is it a manual? Is it an automatic? All that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things. I would have to see the spec on the car to tell you if it was a good deal. If you're under 50 for a Scat Pack right now and it's almost brand new, I would say that you're really not doing too poorly. So anyway, but yeah, it all depends on the spec. I mean, certainly a wide body car, that's probably a pretty good deal. If it's a narrow body car, it's hard to say. It depends on the spec of it. Does it have the upgraded interior? Are they the houndstooth based seats? So just things like that. So anyway, who else did we have jump in here? I think my man OC Motivator jumped in here just a second ago as well. Let me jump in here and see. Hang on, guys. Okay. So thank you for the super chat again, my friend. And then OC Motivator is in the house, my man. And I almost wore my OC Motivator shirt today. OC, did you see my custom Racer X bobblehead that I had made? We're giving this away tonight. Right now, Not You dropped a humongous super chat, so I don't know if anybody's going to beat him. But yeah, anyway, so I've got my own little bobblehead here. It's one of one. Pretty neat. So anyway, but I was actually talking about your short that you put out recently about the dealer markup and how many cars are sitting unordered on the horsepower locator. I thought that was pretty cool, and so yeah, there's that. Been seeing a lot of your Supra, OC Motivators Supra on his channel too. I think that's pretty cool. My man Sovereign Knight jumping in. Thank you, buddy. He says 5 for the live. I really appreciate it, buddy. Of course, thank you for all of your diligence with putting all the links on the screen and all the stuff like you always do. Really do appreciate you. Let's see who else we've got in the house tonight. I want to jump into some more content, but I want to grab a couple more. He says, "Awesome bobblehead." Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I wish they could have made me more handsome looking. Yeah, there's no fixing it if it's broke. I guess is that how that works? My beard look. They even managed to make my beard like slightly gray. So yeah, I don't know. My logo does look a little funky though. It's kind of strange, but I don't know. Can you guys see the logo on this? It almost looks sort of. It's like I don't know. It's kind of. I mean, they did their best with it, but anyway, it's kind of cool. So let me see what else we got here. Mitchell Long says, if you let's see, racing on track 10 speed is too much. Depends on the car. I think the 10 speed is fantastic if you're racing at the track. Obviously, the Camaros and the Mustangs do really well with the 10R80. Just yeah, I think that's a great thing. Obviously, you know, can't take away anything from the 8-speed ZF transmissions, but the 10 speeds are they really work well when mated to an LT1 or a Coyote. Let's see here. All right, let me grab just a couple more quick comments. Doc Dukits is, let's see, very thankful for all this info from this channel prior to buying my RT. Well, I really appreciate that. I'm glad you found some useful information coming from my content, and hopefully it helped you make a good informed decision. So really appreciate that. I like this one, Sky Dog Pigpen. He says, any day I'll be picking up my ZL1. That is exciting stuff there. ZL1 is a great car. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know how to even pronounce your screen name. I struggle with this. It's Tedious Zix Migo. I butchered that so bad. He says, see, I wonder if Dodge Direct Connection's still available. Well, certainly Direct Connection is very available, but it depends obviously on what you want. Some people are asking about the stage kits, which my understanding is they pretty much got that stuff ironed out now. But you know, the crate engines and all that stuff, those are all getting ready to come out here in the next few months. At least most of the crate engines we saw at SEMA. So direct connection should be very present here in the next 6 months for Dodge. And they need to be because, as we mentioned, Dodge is kind of up against a wall here. So let's see here. You guys, thank you very much for all the super chats, and I really appreciate it. Todd Nilsson with the number one fan. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that super chat. Good stuff there. There's a different, I see a couple different screen names on here I haven't seen. Man, 728 as well. They got you looking like Tony Romo. Do I look like Tony Romo? Maybe I do. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Does that look like Tony Romo? It doesn't really bring out my blue eyes, but the grayness in my beard, it's there. So I don't know. If we put a Cowboys hat on that, maybe it would look like Tony Romo. Just interchange it. It's probably the same bobblehead they use. So anyway, let me jump down here. Let's see here. Waiting on the Dodge Durango jailbreak. As far as I know, so guys, when I was at Dodge, they tried. I mean, I guess I can tell you guys. They tried to put a jailbreak or even like a red eye type offering together for the Durango, and they were breaking stuff left and right. So I don't suspect, unless something weird has happened, that that's going to be the case. I don't think any of the all-wheel drive Hellcats will be red eyes or jailbreaks. Now, when we say jailbreak, of course, you do have a 717 horsepower jailbreak like offering right now on the Charger Challengers. So maybe something like that. So that could be something cool. But in terms of like the red eye, upgrade 807 horsepower type thing, I don't suspect that's going to be the case. But that would be cool. Sovereign Knight is laughing at the Tony Romo thing. Let's see who else we've got here. Okay. Oh man, some of these screen names. Big Nordy, the RV guy. Let's see. Dodge sure could do a better job of giving updates on order timelines. I agree, 100%, guys. So that's a really valid point. Dodge has not been doing a very good job of giving people updates on their cars, and many times the estimates are just not even close. So that is a thing for sure. Hellraisin, I like that screen name. Call dealerships today in the top 200 to get my name on the list of the. Let's see. Number 7 car lot of them want 25 non-refundable at 100,000 over MSRP. Guys, I told you in my last video, wait to see what they try to do on the markups of these cars. Now, there's also been some rumor that Dodge is going to sell these 7th edition cars directly to Demon owners. Now, I did hear the Demon owner thing. I know a lot of the Demon owners are being invited out there to the Roadkill Nights next month for that. So maybe the Demon thing, maybe that's out there, but Dodge is not equipped to sell cars directly from the factory. They haven't done, unless something changes. As far as I know, Dodge cannot sell unless it's through the dealership network. And I think that's part of the problem. So, I mean, it's not worth it. At the end of the day, yeah, it might be a cool special edition thing. Is it really worth paying $100,000 or $200,000 over MSRP? Absolutely not. You can build so much cooler of a car. Yes, I realize it won't be the 7th edition car. Oh well, unless you're using it as investment, who cares? So that's the thing and that's my biggest gripe is that look, like these cars should be driven by enthusiasts. They shouldn't be by businesses and people just wanting to flip the thing to make money. And that's what drives me crazy. So people just want to invest in it, let it sit for a minute, and then resell it. I think they need to do the same thing they did with the Z06. And if they sell it within 6 months, the warranty on the car null and void, done, and that'll help deter some of the flipping. And I think they're perfectly within their right to do that. If you want the 7th edition car, you should be the person to drive it and own it, and you should enjoy it. And that's the way I feel about all these performance cars. I hate when they're used as paperweights or investments or as just to go as some piece in a garage somewhere. They should be in the hands of enthusiasts that are enjoying them and driving them the way that they were intended. That's my feeling, guys. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, but anyway, that's how I feel about it. So, real quick, let me see where we're at. Wow, man, the live has gone by really fast tonight. So, man, we've got all sorts of stuff to discuss still. So let me jump into some of my content, guys, because I haven't been live with you guys in almost a month, right? So the very first, hey, my man Black Ghost jumped in here. Black Ghost 426. What did he say? Ghost will be at the World of Wheels in Chicago, March 3rd through the 5th. That's coming up in just a few days. Let's see. Also, I might come to Roadkill Nights. No promises, though. So I guess that kind of brings me to my next point. So first of all, thank you for that super chat, buddy. I really appreciate it. Best of luck in Chicago. It's my old stomping grounds. I used to live there for a long time, and I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be neat to see that car. I'm going to try to pay very close attention to what happens at the auction with that car. There'll be so much buzz around it because it is such an iconic car. And if you love Mopars, then you got to see it. You got to see what's happening with it. And I'm as intrigued as the next person to see what happens with that car. But if you guys are in Chicago, or if you're traveling to Chicago the 3rd through the 5th, make sure that you guys go see the Black Ghost because who knows? It may not be around to view. I mean, he's an owner that takes the car out and lets people appreciate the car, see it in person. But whoever wins the auction may not be that kind of person. So anyway, food for thought. But thank you again for that super chat, buddy. And look at this diamond guy. I gotta remember. Is it Diamond Gouge or Diamond Go? I don't know how to pronounce your screen name. Thank you for the super chat. Is how much do you think GTSS and scat markups would be when they're all done? I'm guessing 60 to 70. I'm not going to be able to afford my dream car. So good news for you. The market is turning. And when you talk about new cars, I have seen scat packs on the lots right now for sticker. Now, sticker has gone up. I was talking to somebody the other day. I mean, hell, I paid $70,000 for my Hellcat in 2016. I see scat packs on the lot right now for $75,000. It's ridiculous. So I wouldn't say you can't necessarily afford your dream car. Be patient, shop around, be willing to travel, and the deals are out there to be had. I can tell you firsthand, there are Dodge dealers right now that will sell you a scat pack, a 2023 scat pack, and will not gouge you on the price. I know several. That doesn't mean that they're all like that, but I know several that they won't gouge you on the price. They'll let you pay sticker for the car, and they'll let you spec it out. So that's not out of the realm of possibilities. Um, so I would definitely say save your money, be smart about spending it. In terms of but don't overpay. You don't need to. The car market is going to continue to turn, and you will be able to get your dream car. Stick with your plan. Don't get over anxious and don't overextend yourself, especially if you pay dealer markup, because that's money that's going down the tubes. And that's the way it is, guys. You're going to end up really upside down if right now, especially if you're paying huge dealer markup. You're going to end up upside down at some point. I guarantee you. All right, guys. I want to jump in. So, man, there's a lot of comments I haven't got to. My bad, guys. I'll get to as many as I can here shortly. We do have like 230 people on. We almost have 200 likes. You guys think you can help me get to 200 at least? That'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. Not you is still by far winning the bobblehead tonight because he's got a $200 super chat in there. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat that. That's going to be a tough one. So real quick, I do want to let's see here. What is Sovereign Knight said? I wonder, hope Jay Leno heard about the Black Ghost. If Jay Leno got a hold of it, that would be pretty cool. He's the kind of guy that needs to get a hold of that car because he would appreciate it for what it is. And I really hope, I got to believe that somebody, the person that buys that car will know, they'll know all about it, and they're gonna have a special place for that car, and it's gonna get treated right. So that's cool. So real quick, guys, the content that I put out recently, and it's a lot. I mean, like I said, I haven't been live with you guys in almost a month. One, how to protect your Mopar. I've been telling you guys I wanted to put something out there. I put some information out there in terms of like, the car lock device. I told you guys about that. The plate that you can put in there to protect your neutral pull. And there were several other things that I talked about, the Dodge update, all that sort of stuff in that video. So if you guys have not seen that, you want to know how to protect your Mopar. It is a really key topic out there right now. Make sure you go check out that video. Also, hidden fees for 2023 Dodges. That's a little bit of good news. Is that Dodge they didn't have any hidden fees for the longest time. The 23s weren't even on the website, which is really weird. But now they are. They just recently appeared here in the last few days, and but I already kind of had a gauge based on going to dealerships and looking at stickers that the sticker price did not go up for 2023. So I thought maybe there would be some hidden fees thrown in there. There are a few different packages that kind of cost a different amount, but you get more with the ones that are more expensive. So in terms of hidden fees, I was unable to find anything Dodge hid for us, which is good, right? I mean, with today's everything going on today, it's you kind of expect that almost, and it's kind of sad, but luckily I didn't find anything, so that was good news. The LT1 Camaro, best bang for the buck out there right now, guys. I drove the LT1, and what a great car. I mean, like a $37,000 car, and it just rips. And the manual in it is so good, and a very enjoyable car to drive. If you guys have never driven one, I highly suggest it. Go check out the LT1 Camaro because you get a lot of car for the money. Yes, I know it looks like a six-cylinder. I mean, heck, my car basically looks like a six-cylinder. It makes humongous power, but it's a little bit of a sleeper, that car. And a lot of LT1 owners, they debadge that car for that reason. And it's the lightest of the LT1 powered Camaros. So, I really like that car. It's a really good amount of car for the money. And so if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And then let's see here. Were cars better in the 90s than they were, I'm sorry, than they are now? A lot of people said no. I put out a poll on my channel, and by and large, everybody said the cars are way better now than they were in the 90s. But I argued that point in my video, and I showed you guys all sorts of really iconic cars that really shaped the automotive industry and helped kind of give us the cars we have out there today. And some of the coolness, just the coolness factor of some of those cars was just off the chart, guys. That's the truth of it. So go check out that video. It didn't get any traction. I don't know why nobody wanted to watch it, but I thought it was a neat video. And I thought some of the cars that I put in there are definitely noteworthy. Some of my favorite cars of all time came out of the 90s. A lot of people would, until you watch the video, you don't realize how many cool things there were back then. So anyway, I encourage you guys, if you haven't seen it, to go take a look at it. I do want to grab a couple other, I think a couple other super chats come through. Okay. Diamond says, let's see here. Can they mark up one you're having built? Yes, they can. But you should never order one under the guise of, yeah, I'll order it and you can mark it up for me. Make sure you get something in writing that says they'll sell it to you at sticker. If that dealership won't, somebody else will. I guarantee you. So that's my suggestion to you is go to a reputable dealer. Very first thing, ask them, hey, I want to order a car. I need, I'm going to order it at MSRP, no hidden fees. None of this $5,000 tint and nitrogen package crap that these dealerships pull. The stuff they pull is ridiculous. So anyway, ask them about it up front. Get it in writing is my suggestion, because I've heard a lot of people getting hosed after the fact. Oh, well, they're trying to tack on 10 grand. Well, get it in writing, and then that's it can be done. Just make sure you make those phone calls, and do your homework up front. You'll get that car. So let's see here. Who else have I missed? Okay, a couple other things to talk about. Let's see. The sound of the Dodge Banshee has changed. Have you guys seen that video? I put it out there, got some decent traction. At the Chicago Auto Show, they showed us a Banshee, but it made a vastly different sound than what we saw at Speed Week and at SEMA. They kind of deepened the tone of it. It still sounds not quite like a V8, but it has more of a muscly, low pitched growl to it, which I like better. A lot of people are still of the opinion that, look, if it's fake sound, I don't care what it sounds like. And so there's that. But do people like the sound of that better? Depends on who you ask. So anyway, guys, go check out that video. I've got the clips in there of what that car sounds like. And yeah, I mean, definitely it's worth a look. If you've not seen the video, go see what the new Banshee sounds like. They're still not done with the sound of that car. I think they're still going to make some tweaks based on feedback. So I'd love to know your thoughts. So go check it out and leave a comment. Also, one of the cars that I've always loved from the 90s, this kind of fits perfectly with what I was just talking about, is the Acura NSX. And they had a perfect NSX. I'm talking it was like a 96 or something. A Gen 1 NSX. I always thought those were so cool growing up. And I did a review on that car, and it was a ton of fun to drive. A really neat little review that I did over there at Street Side Classics. I've got another review coming up for you guys very soon from there. But nobody watched that video. I guess nobody cares about the NSX. I just thought it was a super cool car, a supercar from back in the 90s that helped shape a lot of the cool stuff we have today. But you got to watch the video to kind of find out my thoughts on it and watch me drive it. So there's that. And then the last video that I brought you was the 7th edition. This is another talking point. The 7th edition Dodge Challenger Hellcat. What will it be called? We know it's going to have some sort of a Hellcat type engine in it. I've already told you guys what I thought it was going to be. So I talk about it in the video, the fact that we know what direct connection has out there. What makes sense to me for them to put in it is that 1,000 horsepower E85 capable, the flex fuel capable, smaller Elephant, the 6.2 liter with the 3 liter IHI supercharger. To me, that's the engine that makes sense to put in it. We already know it's flex fuel based on that little teaser. And that's the teaser that I show you guys in this last video that I put out. That video got a ton of traction. A lot of everybody watched that thing. So it was basically me giving you my thoughts on what that little leprechaun was doing. Obviously, he stuck the IV. The IV was meant to be the flex fuel, and then he turned into this kind of, I don't know, this creature that looked like a modified, leprechaun thing. And then I tried to search up online maybe what some synonyms for a leprechaun would be, and Goblin just stuck out in my mind. And so I put out there is the new 7th edition Dodge Challenger, this really special record-breaking car that they're bringing out. Is it going to be called the Goblin? And then I've seen a whole bunch of other stuff come out there on social media, basically kind of piggybacking off that idea. And some people think that that is going to be the name, just like I do. Some people think that it's still going to be the Ghoul. I'm not sure if the Ghoul makes a lot of sense. A lot of people surmise that the Leprechaun was simply just a tribute to the fact that they're going to bring it out on St. Patty's Day, which it won't be St. Patty's Day. It'll be several days later. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense to me. So maybe, people still think Ghoul. I don't see how, watching that trailer, how Ghoul makes any sense, at least to me. Now, here's the thing. Dodge is going to drop another teaser either tomorrow or the following day. They're going to drop a series of those leading up to the 20th. I think like one a week. So we still have a few more of those teasers to come out. So when they drop the new teaser here, either tomorrow or the next day, you can bet I'll be doing a video on it, giving you my reaction and my thoughts. Maybe I'll be there telling you that I was completely wrong. And now, yeah, it's going to be called the Ghoul. Some people thought that it was going to be called, I don't know. There are all sorts of different possibilities out there. But yeah, I don't know. Initially people were thinking that there was going to be a 1,000 horsepower Angel that never showed up. This one won't be called the Angel. So what do you guys think? What do you think that character that with the eyes, the big kind of thing that it grew into? What do you think that represented? Do you think that was just like I said, paying homage to the fact that it's coming out near St. Patrick's Day, or is that kind of a clue as to what this car is actually going to be called? I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I gave you my thoughts in the last video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was kind of a fun little video. Got the dog in the background of that one, taking a huge crap right in my intro. Dude loves to absolutely bomb me, don't you? He's always doing stuff like that when we go to the dog park. So a lot of people think that's my backyard, guys. It's not. That's the dog park that's like right down the street from me, literally like a 20-second walk out my front door. So anyway, food for thought there. So where are we, guys? We are at an hour already. Nobody else has really come close to Not You on my custom RacerX bobblehead. So I don't know if somebody's going to kind of drop a bomb at the end or whatever, but Not You is definitely winning the contest tonight, hands down. So let me see who else we've got in the house here. Okay, so CB Turbo 72 Leprechaun may mean it's only going to be made in Gold Rush color. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. Somebody else sent me something on Instagram as well, of like what they thought was the 7th edition car being tested up there in Michigan that looked like a demon. I wouldn't be surprised if this does look like a demon with that hood on it. They're going to have to do some stuff to kind of differentiate this thing from what a normal, or the fact that you're calling 807 horsepower jailbreaks normal. But I feel like they have to do a few things to the 7th edition car to kind of make it look really different. So maybe it does have a demon style hood on it. I don't know. But it didn't look like that was really what it was to me. It just looked like a demon to me. So anyway, so let me look and see what else we got. I like this one, Shaka 252. Any idea when the Super B will roll out? I ordered in October. That Super B seems to be getting a lot of buzz. I think of all the special edition models, I would kind of dig in the King Daytona a little bit, but I think the Super B with the factory drag radials and a charger was a cool idea. I like that. So most people were pretty underwhelmed by the special editions. Honestly, the fact that they're just sticker packages. So the 7th edition car, unless Dodge really brings it, um, if it doesn't make that 1,000 horsepower thing, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. If it makes 909. I think it'd be odd that it would make 909, seeing as how they have 1,000 horsepower Hell Crate, or not Hell Crate, but a Elephant Crate engine out there that does pass emissions and is flex fuel. That to me wouldn't make a ton of sense. But who knows? Maybe they would detune it to 909, but I don't see why they would. So anyway, yeah, there's something there to be said. But in terms of when that car will be around, I don't know. Are they making them yet? I also don't know the answer to that. Dodge is being really tight-lipped about their production right now. Guys, we have 219 thumbs up. We're doing good. So I've told you guys all about my content that I recently released. Now there's some other stuff that I do want to jump into really quick next. We talked about the teaser coming out in the next couple of days. I plan to get a video out for you about that, so stay tuned. And then next month at Dodge, here's the deal, guys. Everybody's been asking me, RacerX, are you going to be out there on in Vegas on the 20th for the unveiling of the 7th edition special, Hellcat car? And truth be told, I've been talking to Dodge, and they keep telling me that I'm one of the special influencers that they're inviting to the event. I don't have an invite. It's weird. I was told my invite would come in last week. I have nothing. So I'll probably call them tomorrow. But honestly, at this juncture, I don't know. Here's the problem: it falls right in the middle of. Just being truthful with you guys, it falls right in the middle of my daughter's spring break, and she's coming down here to Florida to spend time with me, and I want to make sure that I get to spend time with her. So going Vegas is a really long way for me, guys. guys. For guys that go see motivated, live in California, that's an easy trip. Hell, that's a day trip if you really want it to be. For me, it's not. It's a 5 hour flight each way. It is a beating to get out there, and especially for only a 1 day event. I just don't know. I mean, if that Dodge would really have to step up, and I'm being told that Dodge is not doing anything for anybody in terms of bringing influencers out. Obviously, when I went to several of the other events, that was something that Dodge, they really wanted me there, so they helped me with a lot of that. And I don't think Dodge is doing anything like that at all for this event. I don't think they just, from what I'm told, the budget's not there. So anyway, so if I'm having to pay, for a $900 flight, because if I'm booking it last minute, Lord knows how much the ticket's going to be. Then you gotta have at least 1 night hotel there and all the other expenses. It's going to be a lot to do. So anyway, I just don't know, guys. At this juncture, I don't know if I'm going to be out there or not. I will probably have one more live before that, so I'll talk to you guys about that on my next live. But as of right now, I don't believe I'm going to be out there for that event. So there's that. That doesn't mean I can't give you a reaction about it, just from here in my home in Tampa, Florida. But I don't know. I don't know if the juice will be worth the squeeze to get all the way out there for that seventh edition car or not. We'll just see what Dodge has to say when they finally do send me something, if they send me something, and I will keep you guys posted on that. So anyway, let me jump down here and see what else we got. Family first. I love it. I love it. Let's see here. Rallin Parkhill. This is, let's see, something to do with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because the teaser was called Run and Hide. Yeah, I do think so. But I think that was just kind of one of those things that's like, hey, look, we put the E85 on it, and now we went from, um, what is it, Dr. Jekyll to this Mr. Hyde. And really, that's kind of obviously that's what it was meant to show us. He turned into this big creature monster thing. But certainly the leprechaun has some sort of, there's something going on with the leprechaun. I will just put it that way. So, anyway, guys, oh my gosh, my computer is going to die on me here pretty soon. So, anyway, let me jump into a couple other quick things. So, here's some content I have coming up here really soon. The ProCharged C5 Z06. I'm doing a video review on that. So expect to see the ProCharged C5 Z06 video here coming out in the next week. A very neat car, very close to my heart. I love the C5, especially one that's supercharged like that. And you just don't see that many on the road anymore, but what a fantastic car. Super light, a lot of things that were neat about the C5 Z06. So expect a review on that car. Hopefully you guys will tune in and watch that. That should be a really fun one. Also, I want to do a video, an informative video on how the Hellcat, the current Hellcat jailbreak engine, the red eye, basically it's all kind of the same. How that stacks up against the GT500's Predator. I want to do a Predator versus Hellcat red eye engine comparison and tell you which engine is really better and give you kind of some qualifications to that, right? Like how I would make my decision based on a bunch of different criteria. That's a video that I want to do for you guys. Hopefully that's something you guys would enjoy. Does Ford make, and that's the Bad Daddy engine for both of those two companies right now, right? Ford and Dodge. So who really makes the better engine? So that's something that we'll discuss on a video. And then also I did a video today. It's already been filmed. I still have to edit it. So I'm hoping to get it out maybe tomorrow if I have time. But I filmed a video about the Scat Pack, the Camaro SS, and of course the Mustang GT, comparing all three and giving you guys not what the cars do well, but giving you guys the drawbacks of each of the cars when compared to each other. I think that it's an interesting spin because a lot of people want to know, hey, what do the cars not do well? What are some drawbacks of each car? And so for the people out there that are on the fence about trying to buy, and I get a lot of questions, hey, which one should I buy? These are the three. That's always a question I get. So it just kind of made me think maybe I should put a video out about what some of the negative things are about each car, stuff that maybe people don't really like. And it's kind of an interesting little video. We'll see when I get it all hopefully put out tomorrow for you guys, and hopefully you guys will get to see that one and watch it. I hope you do. Let's see here, guys. That is, I want to get some more comments. That's about all I had for you tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Let me see what other comments I have before my computer dies on me. Let's see. Kempo, hey RacerX, I love your channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, my friend. Zach saying, Zach is out of here. He's signing off. Thanks for joining us tonight, Zach. I appreciate it. We still have 200 people on, guys. Heck, we may even get to 250 likes tonight. That is always a really nice little milestone for me on these lives when I do them. So let's see here. Thane Flynn says Hellcat Banshee would be the better name for the last call as it screams. Leprechaun is just when they'll announce St. Patty's Day. So I don't foresee this car having anything to do with the Banshee. I don't, in terms of the name of it. I think they're trying to keep the Banshee a completely separate thing. Not that that name wouldn't be cool, but I just don't want. I feel like that would really muddy the waters a lot for Dodge, and I don't see that making a lot of sense, at least in my mind. So who knows? They could surprise us. Let's see what else we got here. Run those likes up, says Ven ZR. Absolutely. Yeah, we're almost to 250. I think we might get there. Criminal Scum says likes the video. Good to hear. So Nathan Wiggins, he says, "What's up, Racer X? I'm 20. I just got a 2016. Let's see, Hellcat Challenger, but I really want the wide body. Do you? Let's see here. Do you want to convert your cat to the wide body, and how would you convert the OEM to the wide body? So they do make kits. They make wide body kits for these cars. Um, so I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the wide body kits. I've seen some really wonky fitments on some of the wide bodies. It doesn't mean, like I said, it doesn't mean it can't be done. I mean, I'm sure there are a couple of companies out there that do it fairly well, but I would say I would be very tentative to want to go the wide body route on a 9 watt body car. Just I I just wouldn't necessarily recommend that. The factory looks pretty good, but I've just seen some really funny fitments on some of those aftermarket kits, and so you can try it and see. I've seen some people that do some weird like cutting at the fenders, and also you shouldn't have to do all that. Um, but then, of course, you got to make sure you have some wide wheels to go on there so it doesn't look weird as well. I mean, obviously, the wide bodies come with 305s. So, yeah, just a couple of things to kind of keep in mind if you are going to go the aftermarket route. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Chris, hey RacerX, do you think that Mopars are still some of the most popular thefts today? Absolutely, 100%. And will it bring the values of the car? I don't think it's bringing the values of the cars down, but it does make it scary to own these cars. So, from an owner's perspective, you just kind of have to wonder at what point, if you leave your car outside, will somebody come and take it? And that's where we are as a car community. I mean, these cars are getting taken left and right. I mean, I bet you there's a bunch of people on my live right now. We've got basically 200 people on. How many of you guys have had your cars stolen or somebody tried to steal it? A lot. It's a big problem. So anyway, guys, so there is that. So I do want to kind of give a couple of some summarizations of my content here, guys. Once again, my last live was February 1st. We have, let's see, the last videos I put out: how to protect your Mopar, hidden fees on 2023 Dodges, the LT1 Camaro. Go check that out. Were the cars better in the 90s? I have an argument there. Go watch that video, guys. It was a fun one. The new sound of the Dodge Banshee, see how it compares to what we saw previously. The Generation 1 Acura NSX, what a great little car that was. That was a cool review. And then, of course, the Dodge Goblin 7th Edition, my take on that car. Expect another video out on that one soon, as I mentioned. Also, we've got that video coming out tomorrow, the Scat Pack, the Mustang GT, Camaro SS comparisons. So that should be a fun little one, guys. Stay tuned for that. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to Dodge next month or not. We will wait and see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And then, yeah, I mean, and then, of course, we have the giveaway on the bobblehead. And Not You is definitely looked like he's going to win. So, man, very cool stuff. I don't think anybody's going to trump you at the last minute. So we're about out of time. I'm about out of time, guys. So real quick, Not You, I think is going to win tonight. I will definitely reach out on IG. Guys, it's been a fun one. I do want to take one quick second and acknowledge once again my moderators and you folks that have been with me for a really long time. Who's winning? Not you. Sovereign Nice is not. Yes, Not You is winning. So anyway, Although I thought he was definitely not you at one point. Theft deterrent. I use Mossberg. That is a shotgun, says Aaron. I mean, hey, whatever works. So yes, not you says woohoo. Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you all for your ongoing support. So many of you guys have been with me for so long. I'm making a lot of things happen in the background that you don't see. I'm still trying to get the hat thing going. I'm trying to get some orders going so that I can kind of see some samples to see the quality of it, and still working on the website thing. So I have a lot of goals coming up for, as I mentioned, it's going to be a big year for me. And definitely want to try and get some more cars on board for the channel. That's working in the background. I do have one quick update. My Mustang went down this week as well. I got a new fuel pump in the Mustang now. That was a huge beating, but a huge thank you to Hellion. They were a massive help. And then, of course, Four Innovations as well for helping me kind of sort that problem out. And of course, Jordan Performance, who helped me get the pump put in today. They were a big help. So my car is back at full strength again. And you guys might see more of this Jordan Performance I found here in Tampa. They're good dudes over there. And so maybe we'll do a little footage down there for you guys coming up here real soon. Anyway, guys, hold your families tight. I really appreciate all your support. As I mentioned, I could not do this without you. I really enjoy these lives. And thank you for all your support, your generosity on the super chats, and just all your comments. Continue to hit the thumbs up if you think you have a car that you might want to ask me about, or maybe a car that you want to be featured on the channel. You think it might be worth mentioning to me? Hit me up on Instagram, RacerX Official. I do check those. I'm still a little behind on messages, but I'm getting there. Anyway, guys, have a great night. Thank you once again. Hold your families tight, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.